At the start of the movie, Sophia McKendrick is a blind pianist, lost in her own world. The quiet hum of her piano, the only escape from the memories of her family's brutal murder. Her blindness isn't just physical. It's a constant reminder of everything she can no longer see, of everything lost. She lives alone in a modest apartment in London, a place where the walls seem to close in on her, holding the ghosts of her past. Her neighbor, Veronique, is the daughter of Zoran Radic, a Serbian philanthropist with a dangerous secret. Her father, a war criminal tied to the Bosnian War, is believed to have orchestrated countless atrocities, leaving a trail of bloodshed. But Sophia and Veronique share something unexpected, a seemingly peaceful connection that contrasts with the dark shadows lurking just outside their doors. One day, while in the elevator, Veronique subtly slides Sophia a USB drive, whispering that the perfume she wears is liquid gold. The words hang in the air, heavy with a strange sense of urgency, as if they are part of something much larger. Later, the apartment's silence is shattered. Sophia hears a struggle, muffled screams, and then the sickening thud of a body hitting the ground. She stumbles to the window in time to see Veronique fall to her death, but instead of calling for help, Sophia stays silent. When Detective Mills arrives, asking questions, Sophia denies everything, hiding the USB drive, burying the truth deep inside. The tension builds. The room feels colder, as if something more sinister than death itself is watching her every move, the lies and the secrets. Sophia doesn't know which is more dangerous. Sophia plays her piano at a high-profile event hosted by Radic, the tension in the room thick and suffocating. The guests chatter, but Sophia's focus is on the deep, heavy notes she plays, trying to drown out the unsettling thoughts swirling in her mind. But from the shadows, Radic and his associates speak in hushed tones, and Sophia overhears something that chills her to the bone. Radic himself orchestrated Veronique's death. The atmosphere grows colder as Sophia listens closely. She hears Radic's head of security, Alexandra Gordon, and her brother Mark speaking quietly in a corner. From their conversation, Sophia learns that Veronique was pregnant, and Mark, having had an affair with her, was sent to kill her, possibly the father of the unborn child. The weight of the revelation hits her hard. Radic, it seems, has even darker ties than Sophia could have imagined. Radic's eyes lock onto Sophia, his interest in her connection to Veronique turning into an obsession. She feels his gaze like a cold hand on her spine, and the hairs on the back of her neck rise. But Sophia can't shake the feeling that she's now caught in a deadly game, one where she's neither a player nor a spectator. The pressure mounts as Sophia narrowly escapes police questions about Veronique's death, avoiding the eyes of Radic's men combing through Veronique's apartment. Every step she takes feels like it might be her last. She's entangled in a dangerous web, trying desperately to escape from the haunting truth, knowing that someone is always watching. After Mark saves Sophia from an attempted assault and kidnapping, everything changes. From the chaos of that night, a strange bond forms between them, turning into an affair, though Sophia knows it's dangerous. In the quiet moments they share, Mark confesses that Veronique's death wasn't murder. It was suicide, driven by the paranoia that consumed her. But as their relationship deepens, Sophia reveals her own dark past. Sophia harbors a deep-seated vendetta against Radic, one that goes back years. She conspires with her adopted father, Niall, a soldier who once rescued her as a child. Together, they plan their revenge. Sophia hands Niall the USB drive, the one Veronique had given her, with the password liquid gold. They unlock the drive, revealing Radic's hidden assets and criminal operations, secrets that could bring him down for good. In the midst of it all, Sophia recounts the painful memory of her sister, Balma, who could see but pretended to be blind for Sophia's sake. From their shared history in Bosnia, Sophia remembers how her family was once close to Radic before he betrayed them. He led the Serbian paramilitaries in the massacre that tore her family apart. Veronique, in her final days, had planned to expose Radic for his crimes, passing the drive to Sophia as the only hope of making him pay for everything. The truth, buried deep in the past, now claws its way to the surface. Sophia soon learns that Alexandra is hunting for the USB drive, eager to use it to take control of Radic's empire. From the shadows, Alexandra's ambition is clear. She wants to dethrone Radic and seize everything he's built. But Sophia, always one step ahead, sees an opportunity in the tension between them. She hands Alexandra a copy of the drive, but in return demands two things: a photo of herself, identifiable to Radic, and a private audience with Radic at Veronique's funeral. So, at the funeral, as the tension hangs heavy in the air, Sophia's threat cuts through the stillness stillness. If Alexandra dares to show anyone the photo, Sophia will release the USB's secrets, and Radek's empire will fall. But Alexandra has her own agenda. She gives Radek the photo at the funeral, setting the stage for a brutal confrontation. When Sophia finally faces Radek, the truth comes crashing down. From the moment their eyes lock, Radek sees the truth. Sophia is more than just a pawn in his game. He reveals that he once loved Sophia's mother, claiming he raped her before she became pregnant with a blind daughter. Radek believes Sophia is his own flesh and blood, his daughter. The revelation shatters Sophia, leaving her emotionally devastated and broken as Radek walks away, leaving her alone with the nightmare of his confession. As Sophia tries to piece together the wreckage of her past, Detective Mills digs into her history, discovering that Sophia isn't even her real name. From the shadows of her identity, Mills uncovers that she's named after Niall's biological daughter, who died in infancy. But the truth doesn't end there. Niall, the man who had been her protector, dies soon after in the hospital, leaving Sophia with even more questions than answers. Radek quickly discovers Alexandra's betrayal, his fury exploding in a cold, calculated command: her death. From the chilling silence of his office, Radek's decision is made. Alexandra's treachery will not go unpunished. But even as Radek turns against her, Mark, torn by the truth, abandons Alexandra. His heart, once filled with love for her, is now consumed by the unbearable weight of her role in the death of his unborn child. So, with Alexandra's fate sealed, Radek sets his sights on Sophia, determined to finish what he started. Radek arrives at Sophia's apartment, the darkness of his intentions palpable in the air. But Sophia isn't alone in her fight for survival. Mark, driven by guilt and a lingering love, rushes to her rescue, knowing that this time, his actions may be the only thing that stands between Sophia and certain death. Meanwhile, Detective Mills sits in his office, eyes glued to the surveillance footage of Sophia's earlier visit. His instincts sharpen, and he notices something that others may have missed. Sophia, with an intensity in her eyes, is staring at something. From the flicker of realization, Mills understands. She's been analyzing Mark's wanted poster. A dangerous puzzle piece falls into place, and Mills heads straight to her apartment, intent on confronting whatever secrets lie hidden within Sophia's world. Inside the apartment, chaos erupts. As a violent struggle ensues, Mark fights off Radek's men, his rage driving him with relentless force. But Radek, a far more dangerous opponent, overpowers Sophia, preparing to end her life. Just as Sophia lunges at him with a knife, Mark bursts in, fury burning in his eyes. From a swift, brutal shove, Radek is sent crashing through the window, his body impaled on a spiked fence outside. The fight is over, but the cost of survival is far from clear. As Sophia stands over Mark, the truth finally comes crashing down in a way she never could have prepared for. From the shattered pieces of her past, a final revelation cuts through the tension. Sophia was never blind. She is Balma. The real Sophia died that night in the massacre, hiding from the chaos. Balma, her twin sister, was the one who survived, taking Sophia's identity as a means of survival, pretending to be blind for all these years. So, when she saw the wanted poster, the truth hit her. Mark is a wanted fugitive. Mark, his face filled with pain and regret, encourages her to run, to escape the life that has ensnared them both. From the fire in his eyes, Mark accepts the burden of his fate, willing to take the fall for Radeka's death. As the sirens wail in the distance, Sophia makes a decision. She flees the apartment, running from the life she never truly lived, leaving everything behind before the police can reach her. The world she thought she knew is shattered, and now the only thing left is to run. So, which awesome movie should we recap next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below and let's make it happen. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you never miss out on our movie recaps. We've got plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Produced by Warner Movie Recaps.